Start on your backs, take the feet the width of the mat and let your knees knock in, and you can have your palms facing open. So on your back, feet the width of the mat. Let the knees come together. Have the palms facing open. Close your eyes for a moment. And just connect to a nice slow Ujjayi breath, or just a nice calming breath that works for you this morning. Giving yourself this time to just reconnect with your breath and your body, and letting your thoughts just go. Good luck. Good. Take another cycle of breath. Oh boy, my space heater feels weak today. Open your eyes, take your feet to their hips width distance and the knees up towards the sky, and actually slide your left leg straight out and flex the foot super strong. Like really make the connection. So you're getting this subtle connection along the entire left side of the body. Take your right knee and squeeze it in, okay? Squeeze your right knee in towards your navel. Flex both your feet really strong and have your shoulders drawing down into the mat. Spread the lower back, draw the navel in. So it's not like you're doing too much, but you're making a connection with your body right now. You're going to extend your right leg out, flex the right leg, strong, strong, strong. Do the same thing and hug the left knee in. Squeeze, flex the foot. Same order of events. Flex the foot, calf strong, shoulders melting, lower back spreading, and navel drawing in. So we're going to do this a bunch of times, and we're going to switch the legs. But to create intensity, you're going to lift your foot, the leg that's extended forward, up off the floor, and the shoulder blades lift. So here we go. You're going to extend your left leg. Don't let it touch, and hug the knee and lift the shoulder. So it looks like this. If you're unclear, just look forward. And then you're going to switch the leg and hug it in, but I'm not touching shoulders or calf. Lower back is spreading, belly's drawing in. So you're going to do it slow enough that we start to feel hug in. Switch and squeeze. So you're going to build some momentum. It's kind of like we're running in place. And switch. And now start to link breath with movement. As you squeeze, draw the navel, keep switching. Go. So everyone's going to move at their own pace. Some of you are going to move really slow. Some of you are going to move much faster because you're jacked up on coffee. Keep the neck neutral. Look towards the sky. Spread the belly. Keep going. Every time you give it a little squeeze, feel your belly draw in. Flex the feet. Draw the leg that's going forward. Flex strong. Keep going. Connect to your breath, hug in and squeeze. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, breathe. Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze, and 1. Good, extend both legs up and arms forward. You can take your hands behind your head because the neck starts to get fatigued. That's what I noticed. Legs straight up, feet flexed, elbows lifted, scoop out the belly and hold straight up and down. Shoulder blades lifted, belly drawing in, look towards the sky, flex those feet, lift a little higher. Reach the arms forward, straight forward, just do the best that you can, neck long. Start to slide the palms forward, hands on the ground, bend at your knees, come up to a supported boat that looks like this. Hands pressing into the floor, crawling the hands more into a tented position. Legs are engaged, belly is drawing in. I like to flex the feet a little. Sit up nice and tall, let the shoulder blades draw down the back. Good, cross the ankles, plant the hands, come to a tabletop position. Good. When you arrive in tabletop, have the hands a little in front of you, curl the toes into the mat. Float the right leg up so it's hip height. Yeah. Keeping everything very neutral and drawing the navel into the back of the spine. You're going to point your right toe, okay? And you're going to tap the top of the foot to the ground. You're going to fire up the glute and the hamstring, and then you're going to lift it up, flex the foot. So it's small movements. Point the toe, tap it slow, and then lift it up and flex. Feel your glute activate. Point the toe, tap it, breathe the exhale up, flex the foot. Couple more. Point the toe, tap it down, lift it up, flex. One more, point the toe, tap it down, lift it up and hold. Flex the foot strong, draw the navel into the back of the spine. Good, lower the leg down. Curl the toes into the mat, float the left leg up, pause, feel neutral, feel your belly drawing, feel your glutes engage. Point the toe here, tap it down. On the exhale breath, lift it up and flex. So you're firing up small muscles. Point the toe, tap it down, lift it up and flex. Good. Point the toe, tap it down, breathe it up and flex. Two more. Point the toe, tap it, lift it up and flex. One more. Point it, tap the toe, lift it up and flex. Hold it in space. Breathe. Lower the knee down. Walk the hands a little forward. Lift your hips up, down dog. Pump out those legs a couple times. Yeah, take up a lot of space on your mat this morning. Maybe bend behind your knees a little bit or a lot. I like my hands the width of the mat. I think you all know that, so that the shoulders can move away from the ears. Your head hangs nice and soft down. And then the goal is to find drishti, to find your focus. Once you've got all the movement kind of out of the way this morning, find some stillness so you can just start to feel the posture. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. Yeah. Good. So from this down dog, roll forward to plank. Engage your core towards the back of the spine. Plug the hands into the mat. I almost feel like I'm pulling my shoulders apart and leading with my chest as I drive down into the mat. You got it. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Breathe into your whole body. Fix your eyes on one spot, hips up and back dog. So let's do a little bit of a chaturanga modified here. Roll forward, plank. Drop your knees, they go behind you. I keep my curls toed. Curled into the mat. Lower halfway or just a little bit. Find what works for you this morning. Draw the navel in, spread the palms wide. Re-straighten your arms to a plank position with the knees down. Lift the knees so you're in more of a traditional plank if you can. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we're going to do that on the breath. Roll forward plank, engage your core. Drop your knees so they're behind you. Lower halfway. Re-straighten to supported push-up. Lift the knees so you're in more traditional push-up at plank position if you can. Hips up and back, downward facing. One more for good luck. Plank position. Drop the knees so they're on an angle behind you. Halfway to a push-up that works. Re-straighten to a plank that works. Lift the knees if they're lowered. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg way up towards the sky. Yeah, so it's hip height. Come forward to plank and hug your right knee towards your navel. Arms are straight up and down. Look forward with your eyes. Land your right foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips, pause. Feel the length and the strength of your back left leg. Feel your right foot planted to the floor. Claw the mat right here and step your left foot forward. I go hips width distance in the beginning of the practice. Long spine, come to your fingertips or hands can slide to your shins. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer and drop your arms. So these are kind of broken down movements. Just go with me, guys. Arms slide up, look up a little. Dive over, bent knees forward, fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips and prepare yourself. Slide your right leg back. Plant your palms. Left foot joins the party. Plank position. Halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Slide yourself through an up dog or cobra. You pick. Move slow enough so you're really feeling. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe your left leg up, hip height. Pause and feel. Grip your right hip in. Plug down. Come forward to plank, hug your left knee in. Do everything nice and slow. Press down. Scoop out your belly. Look forward with your eyes. Land your left foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips. Pause for a second. This is a great way to stretch that psoas. Claw the mat and then spring your right foot forward. Hips with distance. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Slide the arms up. Look up a little. Keep moving. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips. Prepare. Plant your palms and step your left foot back. Right foot joins the party. Plank position to a push-up, chaturanga, or omit if you're not taking. Up dog or cobra. Nice work, everyone. Hips up and back, down dog. Moving on the breath. Right leg lifts up, hip height. Stay with me, guys. Come forward, hug your right knee in. Scoop out the belly. Step the right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Spring your left foot forward. Long spine immediately. Exhale, fold. Head goes. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms sweep up. Look up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Head falls. Fingertips to find extension. Right leg slides back. Plant the palms. Left foot joins. Plank. Halfway to a push-up. Add in a back bend if you're taking. Press the hands and the tops of the feet. Hips up and back. Down dog. Moving on your breath. Left leg lifts, hip height. Come forward and hug your left knee in. Press down. Scoop out the belly. Land your left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Spring your right foot forward. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Head falls. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Slide the arms up. Look up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. On the inhale, long spine. Plant your palms. Left foot back. Right foot joins. Plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe right here. Look where you want to go, step or maybe float. You may have a little bit more bounce from doing it that way. Yeah. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Look up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your weight carry you forward. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. So your vinyasa is going to look different than everybody in this little community here. Up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing. Just one more sun A, we'll do it. Here we go. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there smooth. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Last one of these, guys. Arms slide up. Look up a little. Dive over, bent knees. Forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips. So that prepares you. You step, you float. Maybe you're just going to a down dog. You're holding and breathing. Yeah, that was a good hop back, Katie. Up dog is smooth. Keep the neck neutral. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good, yeah. So why don't we do this? Lift your right leg up one more time. Hip height. Okay. Bend at your knee crease, but don't open your hip. Okay. So flex your right foot really, really strong. So you're creating a 90-degree angle with your right leg. Now, plug your hands into the mat. Come high on your left tippy toes. Now, lift your right thigh without opening your hip and flexing your foot up towards the sky like 3 inches higher without the hip opening. Then keep the leg there and start to lower your left heel down without your right leg dropping. See what happens. Then keeping your right leg bent like this, come forward to plank and hug your right knee straight in. This time round your spine, scoop out the belly like an angry cat. Look forward with your eyes now. Step your right foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips. Yes. Integrate the legs, sweep your arms back. Hover and hold. Steer your right hip underneath you. Activate your back left leg. Grip the hip in, and then come up high lunge, crescent lunge. Yeah. Now, if you get here, you feel unstable, wobbly, it doesn't feel right. Know you can always drop your back knee and modify the pose. If having the arms straight up inhibits the shoulders, open up the arms so they're a little wider, or always just have your hands closer to you, okay? Just food for thought. Hold here, another couple breaths. Steer the hip points forward. Squeeze the muscles around the outer hips, the hamstring and the glute. Breathe. Hands to frame the front foot. So I'm going to claw the mat with my hands, and then the left leg's going to pop up hip height in a standing split. Soften the shoulders away from your ears. Draw your belly closer to the front of your right thigh. Hug your right hip in strong and breathe your left leg up. Good. So you're going to bend your left leg in half again. Now it's the left leg towards the left butt cheek. Like I'm kicking my butt. You're going to look down and you're going to lower your left knee to the outside of your right foot and come to sit. So it looks like this. It's Ardha Matsyendrasana. Okay. The right hand goes behind you. The left arm is just going to scoop up that right leg for a piriformis twist, stretch. Look sideways and look over. Seated spine twist. Both butt cheeks are down on the ground, so you're not sitting on that left heel at all. Give that leg a squeeze. Keep the spine long and straight and twist. Come back to neutral. If you need to use your blocks for this, you can. If not, claw the mat. The right foot's going to grip. The right hip has to hug in. You're getting out the way you went in. Standing split. Just come out. Fold in half. Breathe the left leg up. Turn the toes at a little angle. Take a giant step back. Walk the right foot over. And then rise on the exhale, warrior one. Yeah, so my warrior one, I'm a little bit more pitched forward this morning, just because it's cold, back's a little sensitive. But regardless of where your spine is, it's straight. And the back thigh is turning forward. Arms are going straight up towards the sky. Yeah, look up with your eyes. Hands to frame your front foot, move through a vinyasa, or happily just go to a dog, hold and breathe. Good. When you arrive in down dog, lift your left leg up and pause. Bend at the knee crease, flex the foot, don't open the hip, just create this shape, okay? Hug your right hip in, flex the left foot strong, come high on your right tippy toes, really, really high. Scoop out your belly, hug the armpits in a little. Lift your left thigh up without the hip opening. Now keep it in space and start to lower your right heel down without the left thigh dropping. Good luck. Now keep that leg bent, come forward, scoop out your belly and hug in. Left knee left to the forehead. Scoop out the belly, press down. Then look forward and land your left foot forward and through. Come to your fingertips, iron out the legs and the hips and the feet, and then sweep your arms back and pause. Left hip, I know mine likes to jut out, so grip it underneath you. Activate the muscles around that right back glute, and then come up when you're ready. High lunge, crescent lunge. High on the ball of the back foot. Steer your hip points forward, look up with your eyes. Find what works. Breathe. Notice where you're holding on to energy, tension. Draw the lower belly in, get a little heavier in that front left thigh, sit deeper. Hands to claw the mat out in front of you. So get all 15 digits to line up and then see if you can pop your right leg up hip height and drape yourself over your left leg, standing split. Keeping this shape, bend your right leg toward your right heel, towards your right butt cheek, just bend it in half. And then start to drop slowly down to the ground so your right knee comes to the outside of that left foot. Come to sit, nice and slow. Left hand behind you, scoop up that left thigh with your right arm. I like to get into the crease of the elbow. Inhale the breath, lengthen. Exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. You should feel really nice stretch through your hip, your piriformis. It's not just a spine twist. You're grounded with both your feet and your hips. You're even. Start to turn towards center, coming out the same way. Do it slow. So make sure your left foot is forward. Plant the hands, move your weight forward, and then come up standing, standing split. Fold yourself in half, breathe your right leg up. Then turn your right toes at an angle and guide your right foot back into a warrior one position. My left foot needs to go way over towards the left and then come up, warrior one. Take your time. Steer your right side of the body forward. You're heavy in that front left thigh. Press down to anchor. Nice work. Bring it to the floor through a vinyasa or bag it and go to a dog. The up dog is smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Just a few sun Bs together. Arms slide up. Sit deep into chair. Dive over, bent knees forward, fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Now this is the part, really pay attention to what you need. When you get to your down dog, the right foot lands, the back foot turns, warrior one. Come up on your count, on your breath. Bring it back down on your count, on your breath. Add push-ups or eliminate. When you get to your down dog, step your left foot forward, turn your back foot strong. Come on up, take your time. Back down we go through vinyasa. Upward facing, hips up and back, downward facing. Nice work. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Get there nice and light. Long spine, weight is forward. Nice. Exhale, fold. Sit into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Press up to stand up. Nice work. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. We take it from the top. Arms slide straight up towards the sky. Sit deep into chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips to prepare, step or float through your vinyasa. Make this look work for you. Just giving the right amount of energy and attention to what you need. From your down dog, land your right foot forward, warrior one, or variation of it. Back down we go through a vinyasa, just breathing and moving and connecting to yourself. That's the goal. When you're ready, the left foot lands, the back foot turns, come on up. Back down we go through vinyasa. Upward facing dog, press strong through your feet and hands. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold again. Sit again into a chair, weight moves into your heels. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Let's do one more of these. Arms slide straight up towards the sky, sit heavy into your heels, chair pose. Dive over bent legs, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, prepare, step or float vinyasa. On your breath, on your count, right foot lands, warrior one. You got it. Chaturanga, take it to the floor. Left foot lands on your breath, your beat. When you're ready, you may never be ready. Warrior one, I know. Up dog opens you. If you're taking, we'll wait for you. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot lands again, warrior one. This time we'll hold. So if you're moving a little slower, we'll wait for you. Warrior one, right side. Yeah. Drop your arms down alongside your body, guys. Tip forward. Yeah, so you're tipping and you're not resting your stomach on your thighs. Your palms are facing down. I'm going to now let my left heel pop off, grip my right hip in strong, and come up really smooth and slow to warrior three. And if you need to use blocks, it's good to have them at the front. Yes, don't open your hip. Hug your right hip in strong. Lift your shoulder blades kind of up off your body, so your chest is a little higher than everything else, and flex your back left foot. Stay with it. So try your best. You're going to press up to stand and don't let your left foot touch. Your arm's going to come towards the sky and you're going to wrap your left thigh around your right thigh and wrap your left arm under for eagle. So if it was a hot mess, you're coming to eagle, standing on your right leg. And if you need to reset, it's all good. Steer your knees towards the center line of the body. Get heavy in your standing right thigh. Squeeze tight and just do your best. Look forward. The weight should be in your standing right heel. Yeah, as you squeeze your arms and your legs nice and tight down the center line of the body. Sit a little deeper. Keep the legs squeezing tight. Just unwrap your arms towards the sky. And then keep bending into your right leg. Unravel your left foot next to your right and sit deep into chair. As you sit deep into chair, slide your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Hook the elbow and take it to the right into a chair twist. Two knees are lined up nicely. The toes are lined up. Your spine is long. It's one of those postures is you have to kind of get in there. Yeah. Any variation of this, if your body is going through any injuries or if it's talking back to you right now, you back out like a negative talk back. Pay attention to the little things. Keep the knees lined up. Stay heavy in your heels. Look sideways, look up. Breathe. Stay with it. Another breath in. Pull around to chair. Pull around to chair. Just press up to stand, guys. Keep your arms moving up and just guide your right leg up into tree pose. I got stuck for a second. Yes, your right foot comes to the inside. So now you're standing on your left leg, okay? Yeah, just grow the branches of your tree. Sometimes it's nice to have the arms straight out and just focus on kind of finding balance and stability in your body, your mind, your breath, hugging your outer hips in, and maybe starting to look up or maybe even close your eyes. Just breathe right here in space. Let's hold a little longer. Hands to prayer. Just step down. Stand nice and tall, mountain pose. Just feel for a second. Sweep the arms straight up towards the sky. Look up big. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Come to the fingertips and prepare. Step or flow through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Transitions are key. Hips up and back, down dog. Guide your left foot forward. Back foot turns. Warrior one. Come on up and hold. Drop your arms by your side body. Start to flip your torso down. So you're just kind of hovering over the front thigh, but don't go yet. Grip your left hip in strong. Feel kind of the eyes of the shoulder blades kind of drifting up. Get your stability. Let your right heel start to drift up and then press off really, really slow so you can feel what you're doing. Warrior three. If you need to use blocks, go ahead and use them. Steer your right thigh down so everything's very neutral, okay? Little bend behind that left knee. And if you fall out, it's all good. Just breathe into your whole body and maintain stillness if you can. Focus on your legs. Don't let your right foot touch the ground. As you come up to stand, your arms sweep up towards the sky. Your right leg immediately drops around your left, and your right arm wraps around underneath your left. So just coming into ego on your left leg. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your legs nice and tight. And if it didn't work out, you reset. Heavy and yuck standing left heel, steering your knees a little bit more towards the right as you sit. Find the posture and then settle in. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving and maintain. Stay heavy in your legs, just unravel your arms. Keep bending into that left leg, unwrap your right leg so it lands next to it, and sit, chair. Drag your hands to prayer, inhale the breath, hook the elbow and take it to the left. Chair with a twist. Two knees stay lined up, weight is in your heels. Yeah, these look great. Hips have to stay aligned. So it's hard in this pose that the right knee likes to slide past the left. And it's actually, think more about your hips staying even and then the knees kind of follow along. Yeah, stay with it, drop longer. Pull around to a strong chair, recommit. Find your breath, find your stability, sit a little deeper. And then shoot up to stand up. Keep your arms moving up towards the sky. Don't let them drop. Standing on your right leg, use your left hand to guide your left leg up to tree. Yeah. And then find your breath, find your balance. Hug your outer hips in strong. And then grow the branches of the tree, how it feels best for you today. You really want to feel your outer hips gripping in and under. That's how the foot stays in place. The side ribs kind of nestle in and the branches kind of elevate you up. Fix your eyes or maybe start to look up or maybe even closing your eyes this morning. Stay with it a little longer. Hands come to prayer, step down, feet together, sit deep into a chair. Deep into a chair, so much so that you lower your butt all the way down, you come to Navasana. We were here in a variation earlier on. Arms can be driving forward, they could be up towards the sky, they may need to be plugged into the mat. Any of these variations work. Lower to Ardha Navasana. Ardha Navasana is a hovering boat pose. Find a position that works, neck is long. Less intense, legs can work their way halfway up or all the way up to a 90-degree angle if the shoulders are lifted. The hands can stay pressing down or reaching forward. Hold. Scoop out the belly, feel the lower back press. Press down and lift up, boat. Use your core strength to pull you up. Do that one more time. Ardha Navasana, hold and hover. Navasana, pull yourself up. Cross your ankles, step back to a plank. Step back to plank. In plank position, feel your hands press down, feel your core press in. Drop to your forearms just for about 5 breaths. Forearm plank, spread the palms. Broaden the upper shoulders, plug the navel to the back of the spine. Yeah, look forward with your eyes. Without wavering, one hand at a time, plank position. Yeah. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Cartwheel open, warrior 2. Spread your torso open, nice and wide. Wrap your right thigh open, side ribs nice and long. Get heavy in your tailbone as you drop down. And then close your eyes and find what works for you here. Breathe. Just breathing, holding, maintaining. Stay with it. Watch that the right knee doesn't turn in. Spread the collarbone, lengthen the tailbone. Reach out with your right hand, place it to the outside of the right foot today. I've been using a block. You can place the block any direction that works for you, or your arm to the top of your thigh. Top arm straight up towards the sky, or you can wrap your left arm up and forward like a bow and arrow. Baby finger will drift towards the floor. That's the direction the hand is going in, right. Strong press of that left blade of your foot all the way through the left fingertips. Strong wrapping of your right outer leg into the inside of your right arm. Make the connection. Hugging your right hip strong underneath you and turning your bottom ribs. Then find the pose and find stillness. Crown of the head moves forward. Breath is smooth and effortless as you maintain. Stay with it. Left arm drifts towards the sky. Either stay straight up or your hand can come to your hip. Looking down, gripping the right hip in, coming to a half moon, a seamless transition. Once you arrive at half moon, just check in with your right foot that it's staying forward. The hip is continuously gripping in. The left leg is hip height. The toes are flexed. Then you grow the pose how you wish to. Top arm stacks, working into a bind. Anything goes here, but find your balance and find your breath. Soften behind the right knee a little bit. Looking sideways, maybe looking up. If you're going for the bind, remember that the bind, the kick goes behind you. Stay with it. Little wobbly, little unstable. It's okay. Back into a regular Arda if you added anything funky or fancy. And then transition really smooth back to warrior two. Nice big step, warrior two. Once you arrive back to warrior two, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Float the right hand now to the instep of the right foot for B variation. Wrapping the left arm immediately behind you for that half bind because we're very ready for it. Same action of events, you kind of have to lean back a little, open up the collarbone. Turn the bottom ribs. Listen, if having your hand down on the instep on the floor doesn't work, your arm can rest on the top of the thigh this morning. This is a great alternative, right? Turning those bottom ribs, looking sideways, looking up. Breathe yourself open, 3 more breaths. Without any balance, warrior two, pull it out. Look to the floor, take it through a vinyasa. Meet me in a downward facing dog. This should feel great. Exhale all the breath out. Good, when you get to your down dog, land your left foot forward and through. Turn the back foot and cartwheel open warrior two on the other side. Yeah, take a few moments to kind of find your stance, find where you need to be here, wherever that is, and that's constantly changing, by the way. Wrap that left thigh open, tailbone drops, spread the collarbone, and then settle in. Breathe yourself open here. Lengthen your tailbone. Give your back arm as much love as your front arm. Stay with it. Keep a strong shape in the lower half of the body. You got this. Reach out with your left hand and place it to the outside of the foot. Find your A variation of extended side angle. Arm can also rest on the top of the thigh. Right arm drifts straight up, or it could wrap up and forward. It's up to you. Soften the left shoulder. Grip your left hip underneath you and turn your bottom ribs. You got it. Nice. Make a connection strong with the outside of the left leg and the inside of that left arm. And then look sideways or look up. Breathe. Holding this posture for some reason for me gets me kind of like undone. Like you need to just do it. Soften the shoulder, relax the expression, relax the jaw, stay for 2 more. The transition slow, right arm up. I take my right hand to my hip, it's up to you. Block moves forward, grip the left hip in, transition smoothly, half moon. Good, make your way into your half moon, your variation of it that works for you. Yeah, and it's very common for that bottom foot to kind of want to do a dance. Yeah, or someday the second you lift your top leg, you fall out. Right, there's no rhyme or reason. So don't be too hard on yourself. Add in what you feel you need to make this side successful for you today. That may be taking something out, right? Give yourself that option. Maybe it's leaning up against the bed or the wall. Adding in any variation right here. Or finding stillness and breathing. Remember, if you're doing the bind, the kick goes behind you. Yeah. If you embellish in this pose, find your way into the traditional version of this, half moon. Look down and see if you can slowly step back, warrior 2, nice big step. Revisit the stance, get yourself aligned, get your mind back into the pose, flip the palm, reverse your warrior just for a moment, open up that side body, and then float your hand to the instep of the foot for the B variation. Right arm stacks up, and then it can wrap your hand to your hip, or it can wrap behind you. You can also just simply rest your arm on the top of the thigh. Find something that works. Turn the bottom ribs, look sideways, look up. Grip that bottom hip though in super strong. And turn your bottom ribs. Breathe into your whole body here and open. Press strong through that back leg. Stay with it. Unravel your top arm up. Let the top arm pull you up. Warrior 2, take the bounce out. Good. This time, take your hands to your hip. Straighten your left leg on track. Turn your left toes in. Okay, so you're just in this wide straddle here, but we're not going to fold yet. From your right hip, turn your right toes out. Okay, you're all facing the back edge of the mat. I'm facing you so I can see your beautiful boxes. Spread your arms back open. You don't need your block unless you know you really need it for triangle. Move it with you. Float your right hand to your right shin. It feels really good to do this. And stack yourself up for a beautiful triangle pose. If you need a block, just kind of carry it with you and move it with you. Outside of calf is the sweet spot. Yeah. If you're feeling like you got a little bit more energy today and you want to work your obliques, let's do this. You don't have to do this. You can just be in this pose for the next few breaths and hold. Soften a little number 1 behind your right knee. That's really important. Now, reach your arms back behind you and clasp your hands. Elbows can have a little bend or your arms can be straight. Now, turn your bottom ribs, look off your left shoulder, and pause in space like this. It's kind of like a bound floating triangle pose. Little bend behind the right knee to protect the hamstring, the joints around the knee, back leg is strong, obliques are engaged. 2 more. Regular triangle, roll the arms open. Top arm pulls you up, straight arms and straight legs. Take your hands to your hips, pivot the right toes in. Inhale your breath, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale the breath, now we get to go down the center, fold. Several great options here. Plant the hands to the insteps of the feet like chaturanga and fold yourself in half. Hands can rest on blocks. You can crawl your hands through your feet. You can grab the big toes of the sides of the shins and you can kind of pull up and hold. If you're feeling like, hey, I got lots of energy, I want to go up into an inversion, this is your spot to do that. Nice, Katie. But this is essentially an inversion, so don't feel like you need to go to the next step today. If you went up, see if you can come out nice and slow. That is the goal. If you were down in just a regular wide straddle, take your hands out in front of you a little, come fingertips, hands to your hips, and pull yourself up. Spread your arms open. If you shorten your stance, just widen it a little bit. From your left hip, turn your left toes out, set up for triangle. Right. So now your foot is facing the front of the mat again. You got it. Side ribs long. Set yourself up here so this pose feels great. And then if you want to add in a little of that core kind of shoulder opening, make sure you have a soft bend behind your left knee. Reach your arms back. Elbows can stay bent, such as I'm demonstrating, or the arms can straighten a little bit more opening of the shoulders and the chest. It's up to you how this feels. But look sideways or look up. And you're never dipping into your low back. You're using core muscles. Back right leg is strong. Front left knee has a little bend wherever you are. Stay with it. Regular triangle if you add it in. Good. Look to the floor, circle the hands down. Lean onto your right hand, Shavasana side plank. Stack yourself up. I'm demonstrating it with my left foot in front of my right. I really like it this way. You can also drop your right knee down and just modify the pose completely. You can add in a tree. You can add in a Shavasana. You can float your leg. I mean, there's so many variations here. Just find something you can hold for the next few breaths. Stack yourself up. Collarbone nice and open. Plugging that right hand down into the mat and lifting from your bottom hip through your top hip. Plank position. Pause. I'd like to bring the left hand out an inch, or if you're dropping to your forearm, that's cool. Pivot and rotate Shavasana on the left hand now. Drop the bottom knee, add in the tree or the Shavasana, lift up high from the bottom hip to the top hip, look towards the sky. Look to the floor, plank position, pause. Nice work. Halfway to a push-up, upward facing, smooth. Hips up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands high on the ball of your back foot. Come up, crescent lunge. Slide your hands to prayer. Lean out in front of you. Pause for a second. Yeah, and then hook the elbow and twist. Grip the right hip underneath you. Drop the back knee down if you need a little TLC this morning. Hug that right hip in strong. You got it. So there's lots of great variations we could do with this pose. Like for some instance, if your lower back is sensitive, it's not great to twist here. It might not feel great for you, right? So the hand can come down to the instep of the foot and you can just take more of an easy twist. If you feel great here, you can open up your arms. Hug the outer hips in strong though, and you want to ride out the exhale breath so your weight keeps drifting forward. Yeah. Nice work, Tracy. It looks great. You're like, that's time to get out. Okay, look to the floor, pause. Yeah, before we completely lose ourselves. Yes, reach for a block, bring it out in front of you. We're going to revolve Ardha, guys. For some reason, they're not into this twisting triangle. Right hand, take it to the flat part of your back, and then press up, okay? So it's like essentially warrior three with a little twist. Look sideways, look up, grip the hips in strong, flex the back foot very strong, and then stack the right shoulder up. Twisting triangle is an alternative to this posture if you feel like having the leg floating in space is just not for you today. Right. Regardless, the posture is the same. It's the same effects. Lift a little higher, twist a little bit more. If you're in revolved Ardha, take a giant step back. Plant the hand to the floor. You're just going to feed your right leg back and through for a three-legged down dog. Steph, I don't know what happens. Just come here. Just everybody go to a three-legged down dog so your right leg lifts. And then slide your right knee forward and through and come to a half pigeon, okay? Yeah, so whatever happened, it doesn't matter. Just fold and enjoy. Step back, down dog. Once you get to down dog, if you want to add in any push-ups, any up dogs, you are welcome to do so. Nice work. And then step your left foot forward, crescent lunge. Yeah, come up last time today, crescent lunge like this. Let the hands drag to prayer position. So like lean out a little. I find this really, really helpful. So you're creating a very long spine and an anchor of that back leg, and then start the twist, kind of like when you're in space. Yeah, so the twist is really happening from those ribs. An alternative to this posture, aside from dropping the knee, is to just take an easy twist, okay? And sometimes an easy twist placed high with a block is just a really nice option to know about. Yeah, either way, same action is happening. Even if the back knee is down, same thing's happening. Lean back a little, get in there. Yeah, activate the muscles around that back right quadricep, glute, hamstring. Hug the left hip in. Last 3 breaths, you got this. Now you know where we're going. So if you're going to transition to revolved Ardha, just look down, reach for a block, slide your hand to the flat part of your back and lift your right leg up. If you went for the alternative twisting triangle, anchor that back foot. Everyone's hips are neutral. You're looking sideways, you're looking up, maybe stacking that top arm and twisting open. Breathe into the whole body here. Twist a little deeper. If you're in revolved Ardha, look down, place both hands to the floor, giant step back, plant the hands, and feed your left leg back and through. If you're in a twisting triangle, just plant the hands and feed the left leg back and through, and then left knee forward, half pigeon. Here we go. You're down the home stretch. Fold yourself in half here and breathe heavy into that left hip. Good. Come up nice and slow. Lean onto the left side. Swing the right leg forward. So before we go down, and just take a Baddha Konasana here, seated kind of hip opener. Find a distance that works for you. Some days for me, I like it when my feet are a little closer and I sit up tall. Today, I'm going to go with my feet a little bit further out. I'm actually going to thread my hands through the sides of my shins and then grab onto the feet and fold. For some reason, this doesn't feel so great. Just sit up really tall. Yeah, just sit up really tall in the posture and kind of play with the hip opener there. Just fold. Yeah, pull the torso up and just move the block with you. Bend your knees, lay down on the ground. Set up for bridge. Robot the arms, lift the tailbone. I lift up first, then I slide my block when I feel like I've had enough underneath my low back. I like to take the pose its traditional way first. If you know you're into the full wheel, Make sure your feet are only hips width distance. Flip your palms and you'll go up. So it's kind of like, you know, a free choice period right here. You can pick a pose. If you know you want more restorative, go for the block. If you're just working, you know, very basic bridge pose, full wheel is a great option. Steer the feet forward. Really nice. If you went up into a full wheel, just exhale the breath, come down. If you're on a block, you're welcome to stay there, maybe elevate the legs. But if you went for full wheel, we're going to take one more. So flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest, take a giant breath in, and bring yourself up. If you chose the block option, just let the legs elevate and keep them in space at a 90-degree angle. Good. You can interlace your hands around the block, and that's going to create a series of back bends right there. Good. Bend the knees in half. Get the feet flat to the floor first, and then remove the block. Even the other day when I was teaching in person, I saw someone who tried to take the block out with their legs up. Yeah. Lower all the way down. Give your knees a giant squeeze in towards your chest. Yeah. And extend your left leg forward. Hug your right knee in. Give it a good squeeze. Good. Yeah. So like we started the practice, last 20, here we go. You're going to hug the knee, elevate the left calf, give it a good squeeze, lift the shoulder blade, and switch sides. Good. And this time you got to have a little bit more energy, so go a little bit quicker. Here we go for 20, 19, 18. Good. Draw the core in. Keep going for 14, 13. Flex the foot strong. 10, 9, 8. The slower you go, the more you probably feel. Yeah. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees in towards the chest and set up for Shavasana, complete rest. Any final movements you feel you need in your body, of course, take them here. Yeah. Complete rest. Nothing left to do, nowhere to go. Just be still for the next 2 minutes. Take a big full breath in. A loud, full exhale breath out. And if you prefer just to stay down, you're welcome to do that. Arms come up over the top of the head. Give yourself a full body stretch. Hug your knees gently in towards your chest. Give them a nice, effective squeeze. And then rock up when you're ready to a seated position, any which way you like, or stay down. And just take a second to pause and to feel. I always like to just take a second and just like suck it all and milk it all up. You probably won't be still again until you sleep tonight. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Go out there, have an awesome afternoon. We'll hit up the Zoom again on Friday. I hope the weather warms up and we can go outside soon. And I'm in person tomorrow if you're interested. See you soon.